Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
What's going on, everybody? Oh, got to turn the volume up before you guys got to tell me. What's going on, everybody? Cappers Nation Live Thursday edition. How's the audio? Everybody able to hear me just fine? Hopefully loud and clear. Volume is low. Hopefully, is it better now? What's going on? Baba Booey, Curtis, Brad, Jeffrey Baez, Cherry Bryan in the house. Brad, how's that weather in Australia? Mr. Watson, Gary, how are you? All the best for 2019 to you as well. Oh, shoot. Reggie is in the house. Snap, everybody. Watch out. Sneaky Reg in the house. Mr. Watson. Sports Better 609. Everybody here. Hail to the victors. Hanging out. JT. Looks like a new viewer to the channel while we get everybody rolling. Welcome, everybody. Cappers Nation Live Thursday edition. Going to be a little bit different of an edition this week with the bowl games done, with the exception of the national championship college football game a week from Monday. We got no NFL Thursday. It's like a boring Thursday. Football is just about done, guys. We got our automated text message going out here shortly that we send out to all of our subscribers. It's going out a few minutes late, but better late than never if you ask me. Mr. Butler in the house. Little Dizzer, what's up? Mr. Kurt, how are you, sir? Brad, these are the 2019 shades. These are the shades of 18, 19. I got a few different pairs on my desk that we could wear. Actually, my wife just bought me a new pair for Christmas, but I haven't broke those out of the box yet. I probably should. I do think so, Curtis. I do think so. All right, here. I seen a question. Somebody asked, is this new to the chat? I hate to sound like an idiot here, but I take it this is Kyle's channel. Nope, this is the channel of Cappers Direct. I am just the host of the Cappers Nation show. I hope that answers your question for you. It's not my YouTube channel. I am just the host. I'm the one in all the videos. But it is not my channel. But if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter. That one's mine. At CapNationKyle on Twitter. Giving away free plays from time to time. Just posted the direct link to where you can find me on Twitter. How is everybody's Thursday going? Hopefully it's going swell. Mine was going great, but about 25 minutes before I went live, I have an absolute killer headache, and I am absolutely dying. And I debated turning off the lights, but then you won't be able to see me. Because it is getting part of the office that I'm at. I'm on the opposite side of where the sun's going down. I'm on the east side of the building. So there we go. Automated text message just went out. Card Crush 365. You got to be at least 50 years old to have a Twitter account. Yep, you do. Baba Booey, daughter's feeling a little bit. She's feeling better. She's still got a runny nose. We can't get rid of that. She's had that sucker for like 2 months for some reason. But I am absolutely dying from a headache. I've taken six Excedrin, and hopefully that sucker goes away. How is everybody's Thursday going? Kind of boring with no football today, only basketball. Glad to know you were one of the ones that won on the 76ers free play. Perhaps it's the tumbleweed. Brad, I take it you won on the 76ers yesterday. I ended up pushing on it myself. Glad to hear, Reg. I'm doing great with the exception of the absolute killer headache. Absolute killer headache. I am dying right now. Hopefully I can continue and we can get this show to the end. This. Oh, text message going out on this phone. And that phone. Raphael, you're very welcome. Glad you guys were able to get on the winning side of it. I know a lot of people bet it early and got 5 and they pushed. But everybody that bet it late got a nice winner, so that's nice. G&G, drinking lots of water. No, I need to. I should be. It actually just came on the last 30 minutes of the day. Literally right before I went on, 25 minutes before I went on the show, it went on. It hit me. But yeah, I do need to drink some more water. I can't say otherwise. How about our college football weekend? Wow. Georgia not showing up to play. It was like they had nothing to play for. Oh, wait, they didn't. And got absolutely walloped by Texas. Now we got Clemson and Alabama. Again. Alex, you're welcome, bud. Bowl season wasn't bad. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad. Could have been better. It could always be better, right? It don't matter how great it is. Could always be better. We'll get to that Clemson-Alabama game here a little bit. Too early for me to make a wager on it for me personally. I'm going to wait and see where the line movement goes before I do anything. Yeah, the backdoor in Ohio State, that was nasty. JSN in the house. It's cold. We got about 12 inches of snow. I don't know if you've seen, but we had ice on the ground here in Vegas. We actually had ice on the ground in Vegas, and shit's freezing up. It is cold. It's actually cold in the office. I'm getting ready to go grab a sweater. I think they don't know how to turn the damn heater on. Actually, no, we don't like the heater on. Heater gets all stuffy, and I'd rather wear a sweatshirt than it be hot in here. But yeah, it's been, I mean, it's always cold in Vegas. Cold for us, not cold for you. It's probably shorts and flip-flop weathers for you, Gary. But it's in the 30s at night now, 50 during the day, low 50s. I mean, it's been in the 40s, which for here is, I mean, it's pretty normal for the winter time, but I don't like it. All right, we got some games today. Get you guys on something free. Get you guys on a free play. Let's see what's going on in the world of sports as of right now. Indiana losing outright to Illinois. That game just started, though, 7 minutes ago. A lot of games just starting. St. Francis, PA, up 18-7 early against Mount St. Mary's. Iowa and Purdue going on. North Kentucky and Oakland going on. Miami up early against NC State. Michigan down by 1 to Penn State 7 minutes in. Yeah, Gary, that's tough. We had LSU. We had LSU as a play and the over in that game. And I'll be honest, everybody in the world was on UCF. Including my cousin, who has actually he was a quarterback at LSU, and he was the backup for Jamarcus Russell and Matt Flynn when they won their national championships. And this is a kid who's got 3 SEC titles. He's got the rings and all, and 2 national championships. And he was betting against his own team. A lot of people said the LSU offense was going to be spotty, and the defense was missing key players, but that they wouldn't be able to hang with the speed of UCF. I mean, no doubt about it, UCF was the fastest team they played all year long, but we all saw what happened in that game. Baba Booey went with the money line on Washington. Alrighty. Got some games. Any of our games started yet? Just the Michigan game. The Oakland game, and 1 NHL game as of right now. What's going on in the NHL? Let's take a quick peek. Florida and Buffalo. We got Buffalo on the money line at plus 105 when we gave it out. I see they're up 1-0, but it's early. And as you know, the NHL is... You're not crying anymore, Gary? Hey, I'm still crying about the Ohio State game and a couple others. It's okay to keep crying. Grown men can cry too. We all know how things can change in the NHL. I mean, Jesus, look at the Sharks up 5-1 and 5-2 after 2 periods. And the next thing you know, bam, it's 5-4. With Colorado with the momentum and playing great. Thought we were going to lose that NHL game yesterday. Oh, Brian, Buffalo just scored. Oh, I do see that. I'm looking at the update. That's excellent news. Let's go Buffalo. 2-0 yesterday in the NHL. 2-1 on my personal plays yesterday. God, that Valpo game. I mean, it looked like they were going to lose the game anyways. They ended up winning by 2. I know a lot of people had them at 2.5. I know some ended up getting it down to 2. They bought the hook down, and they bought it down to 2, and they ended up pushing. But man, that buzzer beater, half court shot, buzzer beater to win the game by 2. Heartbreak City there when you're laying 2.5. You know. Welcome, everybody that's just tuning in. Welcome to Cappers Nation Live, your weekly all things sports betting show. I am your host, Kyle Johnson. Welcome, guys. If you guys are just tuning in and you're new to our channel or you're new to the program, welcome. This is our Thursday game day edition where we break down all things sports betting and get you guys on free plays, leans, and a lot of valuable information to hopefully make you guys some easy money absolutely free, and more importantly, make you guys better and more successful sports bettors and investors. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. The way you do that, you can do that while watching our video. You don't even have to do nothing. All you do is the bottom right-hand corner of the video, you're going to see the Cappers Direct logo at the very, very, very bottom of the screen. And all you got to do is hover your mouse over it. It pops up a small little box. Click that subscribe button, and you're good to go. If you're on your phone or your tablet, just turn it sideways. You'll see it right there. Click that little subscribe button, and you'll be good to go. All right? That way you get notified each and every single time we put out a video. Guys, it doesn't matter if it's pre-recorded or if it's a live show like this. If we put out a video, you will be notified. All right? Also, if you appreciate all the hard work we do to bring you guys the content, the live shows, minimum 3 days a week, do us a favor. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work that we do to bring you guys the content 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Brad just asked Kyle, any thoughts on the Golden State Warriors and the Houston under 225.5? That game and that total, Brad, has, I don't want to say it's confused me because it wouldn't be fair to say that it confused me. Because I'm not confused when it comes to it, but I think it could go any direction on that game. I think it can go under. It should go under. However, it has all the possibilities with the high-scoring players of Kevin Durant, James Harden, Steph Curry, Clay if he gets his shooting on point. And I seen a video from this morning of Clay knocking down threes like it was nothing, like he got his jumper back. So, the last 5 have gone under between the two. And but one thing that I'll caution is, Golden State can play fast-paced, the same way that Houston and the rest of the Rockets can. And if you go and you look at some of the past games for Golden State, they've been scoring they've been scoring that 110 or more points, with the exception of when they played the Lakers. They only put up 101 and they lost by 26. But if you go back and you look, their last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In their last 9 games, 7 out of the last 9, they've scored at least 110 points in those 7 out of the last 9 games. 130, 110. Here they lost when they lost to the Jazz. They only scored 103. They beat Dallas. They scored 120. They beat the Clippers. They scored 129. When they lost to the Lakers, they got shut out, or not shut out, but they got held down to 101 points. They put up 109 to Portland. Round up there, 115 in their second game against Portland, and 132 just a couple days ago to the Suns. So with the total on that game, I honestly think It's got the possibility to go either direction. I would lean towards the under, to be honest. But I do believe it has the makings to go either way. You know, what Ty just said, generally, Golden State Warriors are a fourth quarter team. Doesn't matter if they're, unless they absolutely blow out a team, they're generally a fourth quarter team. Houston first half is probably not a bad bet at all. Houston is probably not a bad bet at all for the first half of the game. Brian, as far as the Bama-Clemson game, definitely leaning towards one side over the other. However, I want to see where that most important that line ends up and where it goes. When you look at it right now and where it opened, opening up Alabama laying 7. It's down to 5 in some spots. It's down to 5 at the Westgate here. BetOnline has it at 5. Everywhere else here in town is at 5.5. The Westgate is one of the first casinos to usually drop a line when it's trending downwards. Total opened up at 60. It's down to 59.5. And, you know, that game, it's got the makings for a ton of scoring, but yet it's got the capability to stay under and to see a very defensive-minded game. Just like, you know, the last time they played, January 1st, a year ago, you know, what was it, 30 points, 30, 31, I think it was 30 points scored. When I look at the betting right now, there's not a lot of information that's been posted on where the money's going yet. Let me look at another source real quick, and let me see if I can find where the money's at right now. But I know, after talking to a couple individuals that run the books here, there was a lot of early money that came in on Alabama when that first line came out, and then now there's a lot of money coming in on Clemson. And the Alabama favorites should come out in full force here soon. And if that starts pushing the line up, I'm not sure what I'll do just yet. But, okay, so here's some information from yesterday as far as the betting trends go. It was 53% to 47% in favor of Alabama betting the points. But the bigger tickets, the bigger dollar amount, there's more money on Clemson than there is tickets on Clemson, meaning they've taken some definite sharp action, but they took that sharp action when Clemson was getting 7. All right? They definitely took, the public was betting Alabama -7, and then a couple sharps came in hammered. There were some big bets taken on Clemson +7, dropping the line, pushing the line down. When it comes to the money line, 84% of the money line all riding with the dog. When it comes to the total, 84% of the early action right now coming in on the over. So, but I haven't made up my mind just yet. I need more time and more time to dig and get everything rolling. Roll Tide. I'm definitely leaning towards the over, but nothing set in stone just yet. All right, guys. Let's see here. I'm popping up some more information for you. Who's everybody liking today? We're going to get you guys on something here in a little bit. William, I appreciate that text message, bud, but I don't know about those on my eyelids to get rid of the headache. Sounds like it might burn. But I do appreciate it. I thought the Spanish way was a shot of tequila and close your eyes. Or a shot of tequila and take another shot. Alex leaning on the Raps. G&G, what do I think about the Raptors game? Mr. Height, what's going on? What's good? What's the word, my friend? Hopefully we have another nice day on our personal plays. Maybe a nice 2-0 day on the premium plays would be nice after getting backdoored on Kansas yesterday. Kansas just absolutely just played like shit the second half. Late in the second half, and they just gave it away on that part. Over them not... I will have to try that, and if I wake up blind in the morning, I know who to blame. Well, it's not like I'll be able to see you anyways. Florida on the power play, so hopefully they don't... hopefully Buffalo can shut them down. There's the remote. Need something on in the background. Something that we could root. Let's see, a little score update. Illinois up 10 against Indiana early. Starting conference play. Purdue up by 10 against the 25th ranked Iowa. Oakland trailing North Kentucky by 6. Michigan up by 10 early. Michigan's on my personal play card today. Michigan laying 11. Hopefully Michigan can actually get the job done today for us. It would be nice. I see Miami is down by 4. That just popped up on the screen. You know, I actually, I have no dog in the Miami fight, but I know somebody that's got a pretty big bet on Miami. They laid $22K to win 20 at +2. They asked me what I thought about it, and I said I didn't like it, but obviously... they still bet it anyways. They sent me a copy of the ticket, and I said, oh, dear Lord. Yes. Yes, Alex, don't remind me on that game. Ryan, what's going on, bud? Welcome. Sean Robertson, LIU, Brooklyn just took the lead. Wow. Sanford +9, nice. Ty likes the under in the... You like the under, huh? Never again, right? Never again. Edgar, what's going on? Welcome to the show, bud. All right, guys, sorry. Multitasking while I pop up some information. That way we can get you guys on some plays today. I know that's what you guys are here for. Penn State making a push, only down by 4 now. Baba Booey, did the person that lost the 550K say anything after the Georgia loss? Not that I know of. I don't know. I haven't heard him say anything. But yeah, that was a killer parlay, moneyline parlay. He just needed Georgia to win on the money line. Ouch. You know, and we talked about that during the show over the weekend about Texas and Georgia. We talked about it when I went live. The uncertainties of Georgia and that they have absolutely nothing to play for. I couldn't do it myself. I definitely couldn't come to bet that game myself. I just had that bad feeling. Either Georgia was gonna roll all over Texas, or they just weren't gonna come to play. And I think it came down to no motivation. They didn't make the playoffs. In my opinion, they rightfully probably should have, at least over Notre Dame. And they got snubbed. They felt like it, and they definitely showed it. They didn't show their true potential. I think on any given day where that game would have mattered, other than a bowl game, and Georgia having some key players out, I think Georgia would have rolled. I really do. I honestly do. But knowing the uncertainties of the bowl game, wow, Michigan can't make a basket right now. But with all the uncertainties, I couldn't come to put a bet in on Georgia. And yeah, guy just dropped $550K moneyline parlay. The same guy had a $220,000 three-team parlay on the Patriots moneyline, Alabama moneyline, and Georgia moneyline. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, but it's no different than going to put $1,000 on it. I mean, $1,000 to some is, $500,000 to this guy. But yeah, they absolutely looked horrible. Princess Chachu, what's my favorite college basketball conference to handicap? Anyone that we're winning on. I'm a non-denominational kind of guy. Oh, no matter how rich you are, I disagree. It hurt to us, but to a guy that has a $500,000 to go put on one game and $250,000 to go put on another game, it's a very, 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 very small fraction. And remember, they just win it back on the next game. So, there's some of these big guys that come out for the bowl games, or they're going to come out for the college basketball tournaments, and they just put their money out there, and they know what they're willing to risk and what they're willing to lose. There you go, Alex. 100%. He's got that FU money. Hey, Karen, how are you? Oh, Karen, I was supposed to give you a message, and I totally forgot. I do apologize. Jay said that he did get your email, and he was going to respond to you today, but he had a little family issue, and he took off early today. So he did send me a text message right before going live if I could send you a message on Twitter or email. So, but he did get your email, and he's going to respond to you. He should have bought our services. Yeah, I would have told him not to only bet the money line on the Patriots and Bama. I would have tried preaching my hardest to keep him off of Georgia money line, that's for sure. But I mean, let's be honest. Who could have ever predicted that Georgia was going to lose on the money line, laying 12.5 points? I could see them winning outright, not covering the spread on a bad day, but not completely just laying down. Brian, I usually text them or call them But I could email them too. Email or call them. Brad, yeah, it was actually more than 550K because he had another. He also had another 220K on a 3-team parlay, and he had some other smaller bets as well. Should I take Penn State plus 12.5? I'm on the other side of that game, so I would never tell you to do that. And Penn State shouldn't be able to hang around long term with Michigan. Keyword shouldn't be. That's the big keyword is shouldn't be. Indiana battling back against Illinois. Old Dominion down by 1. Iowa down by 12. Oakland down by 3. But Oakland was catching 4.5 at home. Miami down by 1. They're catching 2 to 2.5. Where are we looking at our Buffalo up by 2 with under a minute to go in the first period. Karen, anybody taking Bama on the money line minus 210? I don't think it's a bad bet at all. You are laying some juice. But if you think Alabama's Princess Chachu, no. The books do not limit to $100,000. Depending on the person and the individual, there are no limits. Now, there's limits for the smaller folks that just walk in off the street, but to people that have an established relationship with the casinos, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit to what you're able to bet. But back to Karen and Bama on the money line minus 210. If you think it's going to be a fairly close game and you're not willing to lay the 5 points, the minus 210 is not bad compared to laying 5, 6, or 7 points. I don't have a problem with laying 210 on a money line for a spread that's laying 6 or 7. As long as it wins, it doesn't really matter. As long as you think it's a winner and it wins, it doesn't really matter what the money line is. Now, I'm not going to let a customer pay us for, giving out a baseball minus 200, 250, 230. Brian asks, what's the biggest that I've heard of? I've seen $1 million bets go down at the casinos. They do take big action. What's that actor's name? Ashton Kutcher used to go in and bet $250,000, $500,000 on games like it was nothing. Carson Palmer's a huge gambler. Obviously not on football. But Carson Palmer was or still is a huge gambler. You see him at the Aria all the time. Whenever he comes into Vegas, he stays at the Aria. You find him in the high limit room all the time. He doesn't even request his own table. He sits down at a table with other people. Mark Wahlberg bet big on the Browns total wins. I did hear something about that. I did. Laughs and Leans, the barbershop talk. Yes, Floyd has bet on himself. You know, which is... I go back and forth on that one because if you're a boxer and you go bet against yourself and you take a punch and you lay down, it's very hard to tell what's rigged and what's not. Always slip up in the ring and take a punch for get your ass knocked out. All right, let's see here. Big game in San Antonio tonight with Kawhi Leonard returning to San Antonio. A lot of emotions in that game, guys, all around. Exactly, William, exactly. Chicago White Sox, guys, if you didn't know it, they made a contract offer to Manny Machado today. They're still in talks with Bryce Harper as well. Buffalo up 2-0 at that first intermission. That's nice. All right, let's see here. Just popping up some quick information. Kyle Lowry is ruled out for this game, but we knew that all along. Yes, Baba Booey. Actually, William just texted me that. That's Sonny Liston did the exact same thing against Muhammad Ali. Gary Machado received an offer from the White Sox. And yeah, Harper did meet with the Washington owners. Washington really wants him, but they don't want to pay over $300 million. I do like the over in that game, Princess Chachu, but it's like the Golden State game to me. I think it can go either direction for the total of the over and under with that game. Or else it would be on my card or it would be on one of the company's games today. Speaking of that, for everybody that did not tune into our daily free play video, first of all, shame on you. But if you didn't, it's okay. We did give out a free college basketball play for later today. We'll remind you guys about that one now. If you didn't watch that video, we gave out the over in the St. Mary's San Francisco game. The total on that, when we gave it out last night, we knew it was going to drop a little. We're not too concerned about it. When we gave it out, it was at 135. I know it dropped. I'm double checking to see where it's at now because I know it has came down a couple points, which makes me like it even more. There it is. It's down to 132.5. So 2.5 point swing. Sometimes that's the price we pay for putting out a game early in the day, but with the free play video, obviously, the goal of that is to get as many views as possible to generate, business for the company. So that's probably one of the aspects of giving out a game early that sucks, but you're taking the over and it's going to drop, but you can't, you got to release it. 134 is fine, Gerald. It's at 132.5 now. We gave it out at 135. Crypto, what's going on, my friend? I figured you've been busy during the holidays. We all have been, so welcome back. Ryan, yes, both teams have the capability to put up numbers, especially San Francisco. The only thing that would worry me is if, excuse me, St. Mary's was able to play some lockdown defense and shut down San Francisco from scoring. That's the only thing that would scare me from the game going under. However, I don't think that's going to be possible. I really don't. All right, guys. We do have an NBA game going off here shortly. We've got a college basketball. We've got some premium plays later. And I like to reward you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one of our premium plays, but I'm going to give it to you a little bit later in the show. Raider for life, what's going on? Haven't missed much. Michael, I haven't missed much either. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Michael. Do you want to see a guaranteed game on Sunday like my NFL game of the year again? Because I think you were the one that was asking me, do we have a guaranteed game on Sundays like we do on Saturdays? And the company's got the guaranteed Saturday play. I think I know the answer to this one, but if Michael wants a guaranteed personal play of mine on Sunday, I think we'll make one happen. Absolutely you do. Mike will be hammering our guaranteed Saturday plays as well as my NFL game of the year this last Sunday on the Colts. Ryan, that's a hell of a line. Yes, Michael, you. Well, I'm working on to making it happen because I'd love to do it. Obviously, I'm not going to have an NFL game of the year on Sunday. Great question. It says you're new to betting college basketball. Should you focus on following one or two conferences to get a feel for teams, players, styles, etc.? That's always a good style and a good general starting point. I didn't. When I started, I was thrown to the wolves, and it was, hey, here's the entire card. See what you can do. It's always a good idea to know conferences and know certain teams and how they play each other. But doing it that style, you know, if you just focus on one conference, say like if you're out west and you focus on the Pac-12. I've got friends that are, you know, just Pac-12 guys. You know, it's because we live out on the West Coast. Or because of Vegas, you know, Mountain West. From back home in California, you know, we got guys that are just Pac-12 guys, and that's what they specialize in, and they don't ever branch out. But by not watching every conference and by not by only focusing in on a select few teams compared to how many teams there are in college basketball, I think you limit yourself when it comes to the big dance. When it comes to the tournament or in the beginning of the season like we had the previous couple weeks, non-conference play, or when it comes to the holiday tournaments, stuff like that, I think you limit yourself and you'll find yourself losing more games because you're not aware of how, you know, Team A plays against Team B style of other teams because you were so focused in on one conference. So for me personally, I think if you're going to only focus on a conference or two, you're limiting yourself to some of the best times to bet, and that's during the tournament. All you can think about is Sunday. Why? We got NFL on Saturday, bud, and you never know. Guaranteed Saturday could be an NFL game. I already know what it is, but I can't give it away just yet. Brian, you got over 32, over 132. Excellent. I'm looking at a list of consensus picks from some people in the industry that was just sent to me on who's on what today. Matt Yeoman's on the Warriors -8. Kenny White on the under in the Michigan game. Santa Clara +6. Matt Yeoman's also got Santa Clara +6. Bruce Santa Clara +6. Huh. A lot of people on San Francisco today. Some early action on Clemson +6. Interesting. Don't be a tease. Saturday will be good again. Guys, if you're not betting our guaranteed Saturday plays, you really should. Brian, is that Miami down at the half or they're up at the half? I don't have a dog in that fight, but oh wow, they're up at the half. Excellent. Wow. That was a hell of a turnaround for them. Crypto, I like to be a tease. All right, let's see here. Yes, you are correct, Michael. If it wasn't for the LSU running back trying to pull his best Todd Gurley impression, I think we'd be 11-0 in the last 11 weeks on Guaranteed Saturday. But, you know, we've won 9 out of the last 10. It's okay. We'll, go for our 10th straight this weekend. And we'll make it a good time, that's for sure. Indiana finally caught up. Purdue smashing Iowa. Mr. Height, you got over 131. Holy shit, is it dropping? I love it. But watch. They'll score like 135, and then we'll get blown up about on YouTube about how we lost the big game or something. But yet, I haven't talked to one person that got 135 on it other than me. Ryan, you're liking the Colts. It's hard not to like the Colts, but it really is. It is hard not to like the Colts right now. Speaking of the Colts, let's jump right into that game, guys. Let's take a look at that game. Let's dive right in. Game 101-102 on Saturday, 4:35 p.m. Eastern Time. NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. What we're going to do is I'm going to pop up the opening odds and where the money's at as of right now. But I expect all of that to change where the money's at. As of right now, Houston opened up as a 2-point favorite. It dropped to 1.5 in some spots here in Vegas, the Westgate. Opened up at 1.5 at the Westgate. It's still -2 at William Hill. It just dropped to 1 offshore in quite a few places. Give me 1 second, folks. Hold on. Popping up this other... Okay, got up the information here. Now I'm ready to rock and roll. All right, where the money's at currently, that's been reported, it's 50-50 on the spread. However, 74% of all money line bettors are taking the dog, obviously, because the dog money lines pay more. 74% are on the Colts on the money line, 50-50 when it comes to the spread. %41 are on the over, 59% are on the under. When it comes to the under on that game, the total opened up at 47.5. It's up to 48, although I've seen it at 48.5. So as it's being reported that, you know, people are pounding the under, the total keeps going up. So do the math on that one, folks. Let's see here. Colts sitting 10-6 straight up on the season, 8-7-1 against the spread. Houston 11-5 straight up, 7-6-3 against the spread. Yes, William, Ding Dong can't wait for Atlanta 135. Fade the public, he'll say. Yet that's pretty much what he gives out as public bets. I'm Cray likes the under in the San Diego-Baltimore game. You're just a big Baltimore fan. All right, let's see here. Some top team trends between the Colts and the Texans. Indianapolis is 7-0 against the spread. Their last 7 games against solid defensive teams, allowing less than 20 points per game. Houston is just 4-11 against the spread against good teams with an 80% better or winning percentage. And the Colts 8-2 on the under on the road in playoff games. Why aren't I in my kitchen cooking up picks? But then I'd have to put the camera on my trash can, and you know how it is. All right, let's see here. Colts, guys, they opened up the season 1-5. 1-5, and they're only the 3rd team that has started 1-5 that has came back to make the playoffs, and sitting 10-6. How far do I think the Bears go? Undecided on that one at the moment. Undecided on that one at the moment. Just depends how they come out in the playoff game. There you go. As Russ just said, the Colts are 5-0-1 against the spread in their last 6 meetings in Houston, and 8-3-2 against the spread in their last 13 meetings. Pretty impressive, just the fact that the Colts are in the playoffs after opening the year 1-5. They lost in Week 1 to Cincinnati when they lost 34-23. Kyle, tread lightly. To the Bears fan. I actually like the Bears. But I'll tell you one thing. The Eagles are hot with Nick Foles. After starting out Week 1 with a loss, they came back and won Week 2 against the Redskins, winning 21-9. Then they dropped 4 straight to the Eagles, losing 20-16. They lost to the Texans 34-37. That was a game that we were actually on the Colts. No, we had the Texans in Week 4 on that game. I do remember that. Then they lost to the Patriots the following week 38-24. They were catching 10.5. Then they lost to the Jets 42-38. That was the game that we lost. We were actually on the Colts when they were playing the Jets. They were catching 3. Lost by 8 on that game. Lost by 14 to the Patriots the week before that. Then they came back. Bam! With a win over Buffalo, win over Oakland, win over Jacksonville, win over Tennessee, win over the Fish down in Miami. Winning 5 straight. They lost to Jacksonville the following week on December 2nd. Then they won the last 4 games of the season. Against Dallas, the Giants. Against the Texans. Then Dallas. Then the Giants. And then the Titans in my NFL game of the year. Last Sunday, what a hell of a game of the year to have. When the Titans lose to our Colts 33-17. Can you say money? I know Michael can because he reeled in a big ticket off the play of the year. Ryan, if the Bears win the Super Bowl this year, you got to get a haircut like Larry from the Three Stooges. If they win the Super Bowl, Ryan, can we bring you on the show live when you get that haircut? Or hell, can we film it and on like a side live broadcast and I'll air it on the show? Speaking of that, I want to bring on some live guests for the show. So we need to bring on some guests for the live show. If the Bears make it to the Super Bowl, you can co-host a live show, Michael. Yes. If the Bears make it to the Super Bowl, I will let you co-host a live show. Andrew, too bad the Ravens are going to win it. Michael, we keep hammering home these guaranteed Saturday and maybe even a Sunday play. I might even let you co-host one before then. How about Kelly in Vegas? Bring her on. I don't think Wager Talk will allow her to come on another sports services show. That's at least what I was told. Brian, my wife might not like that. Probably not. Probably not, but it's only business. Ty just said the Ravens won't get past his Chargers. There's a guaranteed Sunday play from my heart. Yes, Michael, your big debut is coming. Get that outfit ready. Matter of fact, Michael, if we might just let you on the show this Sunday, live this Sunday. I'll give you the login to log in live. As long as you have a webcam, a built-in microphone or external microphone, and a headset. And we'll let you give your from the heart pick for Sunday afternoon's playoff game. We already know that you're going to roll with the Bears, but we might have you come on just so you can do it. Mic check is the thing on. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. All right, back to the Colts and the Texans, guys. Colts. Yeah, I haven't seen anything from him in, you're talking the comedian and guy that mimics all the sports people, mimics John Gruden, the comedian. Uh-oh, my mouse batteries are dying on me. Do I got any more batteries in the desk? Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh, folks. Uh-oh, folks. Houston, we got a battery problem. Just found me a Starbucks gift card. I guess I need to check my desk a little more often. All right, well, we got one battery of 2 needed. Michigan up by 12. I love to hear that. I've got Michigan as one of my personal plays today. Personal plays went 2-1 yesterday. All right, back to the Colts game, guys. Colts averaging 27.1 points per game. Houston averaging 25.1. Hold on, I need to zoom in on my notes here. There we go. I can actually read right now. I swear I need glasses. I got to use my fingers now. A wireless mouse on the iMac. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to. See, they're winning again on me. I need some batteries. There's something I got to be able to. How about this? Can I steal some batteries out of this? Nope. How about this two-way? Trying to steal some batteries. You can be my battery guy. Where's my other mouse? Does that got batteries in it? Or did I already stole those, huh? I need some batteries. Alright, hold on, folks. We're going to do a battery change. Hopefully that's better than what we had. There we go. We got batteries. We got Mice Life. Oh, Princess Chachu, that's a good one. The set. Actually, I could use these ones, but here. Don't say anything, but we all have TVs in our office, and I went into Jay's office earlier. Jay left early today. His son went home sick from school, so Jay left early, and I went into his office and took his batteries, because normally we buy the batteries by the case, and for some reason we're out. And I went into his office and took his remote batteries. So he'll have a surprise tomorrow. Whoops. All right, Colts averaging 279 yards in the air, led by Andrew Luck, 107 on the ground. The Texans averaging 236 yards in the air with Deshaun Watson, 126 on the run. The running game. On the defensive side of things, Colts holding teams to 21.5 points per game. Texans averaging, giving up just 19.8. Colts give up 238 yards in the air, 102 on the ground. Texans give up 260 in the air, 83 on the ground. So one thing that I look forward to seeing is one, J.J. Watt, J. Donovan Clowney, all over Andrew Luck. However, if that offensive line can protect Andrew to stay in the pocket and move that ball downfield, he should have plenty of opportunities, because teams can pass at will against the Texans. They average giving up 260 yards in the air. Luck averages just under 280. So I can definitely see Andrew having a big day in the air, 300, 320. A monster day in the air for Andrew coming up. Like I said, they're on a 9-1 run. And if their coach don't win Coach of the Year for their comeback, I wouldn't know what to say. They definitely should have been hosting this game if they didn't lose for that, lose by a field goal, that 43-yard field goal with 27 seconds left in week 4. They sacked Andrew Luck 6 times in their 2 meetings this year. Ryan, do you blame Josh McDaniels for not wanting to meet with the Bengals? I don't. Texans, guys. Deshaun Watson. I look forward to seeing what they're able to do with Deshaun Watson. What the Colts are able to do. Are they going to be able to stop him from moving the ball on the ground when it's important? I can definitely see a lot of scoring here on this game. I lean towards the over early. Not an official play just yet. I do need to do some more research on the game. They just played a couple weeks ago, guys. They just played less than 4 weeks ago with the Colts beating them 24-21. We only saw 45 points in that game. Total was 49. That game stayed under. They're under the total 4 out of their last 5 meetings. Although earlier in the year, when the Texans won by that late field goal, they won 37-34 in a game that we saw total at 48.5. But 4 out of the last 5 meetings all have gone under the total. All right. 2 weeks ago, the Texans absolutely got shredded by Nick Foles and the Eagles. I mean, they got murdered as far as yardage goes. They didn't get murdered on the scoreboard. They got murdered as far as the yardage goes. What they have, 470-something yards on the Texans that game? They barely beat them with a game-winning field goal when the Eagles won. I remember that game because we had the Texans plus 2.5. We advised everybody to take it at no less than plus 2.5. I do remember that game specifically. They kicked that late field goal and won. But they came back and they shut down the Jaguars, which has happened a lot for the Jaguars this year to end the year. Houston's D was on point to end the year after giving up so much yardage the week prior. Jensen Soto, what's going on, buddy? Sorry, I just saw your message. Princess Chacho, I tend to agree with you on that aspect. That Indy's got the better line and that they win and dominate. Sorry, I'm popping up something real quick. You know, I'm going to tell you this. The beginning of the year, beginning of the football year, we gave out to nearly everybody that wanted it, our NFL and college football futures package for free. And I know a lot of you that are viewing it got it. We picked 4 teams to win the NFL championship, to win the Super Bowl. We posted it on August 29th in the evening. Out of our 4 picks to win the Super Bowl, 3 are still live. And at the beginning of the year, when we gave them out, one was a plus 1,800. And I'm going to pop up where they are right now to win the Super Bowl as well. I want to compare these numbers real quick to win the Super Bowl. Hold on, I'm popping up some information real quick. Okay, I'm going to compare this stuff side by side. So, back in August, late August, we predicted, obviously, we took the Patriots at plus 300. The odds are even better now. They're plus 600 to win the Super Bowl. We also took the Rams back in August at plus 300. Let me see another source. I want to see something real quick. Give me 1 second. There we go. Rams right now are plus 550 to win the Super Bowl. They're even better odds now, and they're already in the playoffs. We also picked the Texans at plus 1,800 in the beginning of the year, even better now at plus 2,500. We do have the Rams to win the NFC Championship at plus 350 in the beginning of the year. That's only sitting at plus 250 right now. So, and to win the AFC Championship, Back in August, we gave out the Patriots at plus 300 and the Texans at plus 600. As of right now, the Texans are plus 1,000. And the Patriots, I need a calculator for that one. Plus 220. Later on this week, we're going to total up all of our football totals package and see where everything went. We hit the AFC East division with the Patriots. We did not hit the AFC North because we had Pittsburgh and Baltimore won that one. We did hit the AFC South with the Texans plus 180. That was a nice winner. And we took a long shot with the AFC West and we lost that one. Now in the NFC. The NFC East, we hit the Cowboys at plus 350. There was a hell of a futures bet for you guys. We took the Cowboys at plus 350 before the season started. We missed the NFC North as we did not have the Bears. The NFC South, we had the Saints, which was another money line dog, plus 140. In the NFC West, we missed the Rams on that one. We took a long shot, and we absolutely lost big time. We'll go over all of our win totals. Maybe I'll have that updated information for Saturday or Sunday. We'll go over all that. But our futures have been absolute money this year. Absolute money this year. We've got Alabama. We gave out Alabama plus 200 to win the college football championship. We gave out Alabama to win the SEC championship. We gave out Washington to win the Pac-12, which was a winner. Let's see, what else did we do? Central Florida to win the AAC. Alabama to make the playoffs was minus 300. That was an easy winner. And then we'll have all our win totals. Brian, St. Louis is winning 1-0. That just started. Halfway through the first period. We'll be all right. Washington will come back. Buffalo's letting Florida sneak back in. They're up 2-1. Michigan up by 15 with 10 minutes to go in the game. San Antonio off to a huge start, up 19-9 in that first quarter. Michigan up 17 now. All right, so small little lean right now on the over in the Colts game. I definitely need more time, and I want to see where that line goes over the next couple days. It's too early. I never give out a game, especially a playoff game, a game of this magnitude, like a wild card game. I never give it out this early. I never give it out this early. I definitely need more time. I want to see where the line's going. I will tell you this, though. Excuse me, an AFC South rivalry has shown the road teams going 7-1-2 against the spread in their last 10 games. The Colts also own a 5-3-2 against the spread edge in that span as well. So small little lean on the over. I will tell you this. That's subject to change as of right now. I mean, it's nothing set in stone. Jensen, Old Dominion is a team that I just can't bet on. There was a time where we used to fade them every single game years ago. It was actually a joke. Every time they played, and there was a line out on them, we would fade them. The next game on Saturday, guys, Seattle and Dallas game 103-104. When that line opened up, when the line came out on Seattle and Dallas, Dallas is favored by 2.5. It's down to 2 in most spots here in Vegas. It is down to 1.5 at the Win. The Win is the first one here in Vegas to drop it to 1.5. Total opened up at 41.5. The total is gone up to 43. Seattle averaging 26.8 points per game. Dallas averaging just over 3 touchdowns at 21.2. Seattle gets the job done with 193 yards in the air and running the ball, averaging 160 rush yards a game. Dallas, on the other hand, averages 221 in the air and 123 on the ground. No slouch for running the ball there for the Cowboys. On the defensive side of things, Seattle holding teams to 21.7 points per game. Dallas holding teams to under 3 touchdowns on average at 20.8 points per game. Seattle gets the job done on defense, limiting teams to just 240 yards in the air and 113 on the ground. Dallas gets the job done holding teams to 235 in the air and even better on the ground, holding teams to under 100 yards per game, rushing the ball at 95 yards a game. Now, the turnover battle. The turnovers. Seattle is plus 15 on the year. No joke, plus 15 on the year. Dallas just plus 2. Switch over here. I don't have my live chat up. Indians, Seattle, and a teaser. All right, here. Some top team trends between these two teams. Seattle is 7-1-2 against the spread. Their last 10 games on the road, less than 6 days rest. Dallas is just 2-12-1 against the spread. The last 15 games at home on less than 6 days of rest. Seattle 7-0 on the under their last 7 games versus the NFC East. Remember that total right there, guys. That total being under and the trend. The public bettors will probably pound the under when it comes to actually being on Saturday. All right. As of right now, when we pop up this information on where the money's at, 44% are on Seattle, 56% are on Dallas when it comes to taking the points or laying the points. All right. 70% are on Dallas on the money line. The total right now, very early in the game as far as monitoring money, is at 50-50. Penn State making a huge comeback, only down by 8. Michigan letting them back into this game like a bunch of weasels. Sorry, popping up scores, trying to multitask. Mario, what's going on, buddy? Recent head-to-head meetings, these two teams met up in September 23rd to be exact, with Seattle beating the Cowboys 24-13. It stayed under the total of 39.5. The dog has covered the spread 4 out of the last 5 meetings. The game has also gone under 4 out of the last 5 meetings. The favorite did pick up the cover in their last meeting, though. Home teams are 3-2. Every other game, home, road, home, road, home. The home team won last, so hopefully that trend doesn't continue. Indiana finally up big against Illinois. They're finally up by 10. The better team battling back in that game. Miami up by 7. 10.5 minutes to go. Oakland, which we have as a consensus play, catching 4.5. They're down by 4. Purdue absolutely annihilated Iowa. In the NHL, Buffalo on the power play, 2 minutes to go in the second, up 2-1. That's good for us. Washington down by 1 late in the first period. That's still early in that game. Seattle coming off 2 straight wins. They have won 6 out of their last 9 games, with their one loss being to the Chiefs, where they lost 38-31 3 weeks ago. That they lost in Seattle with the Chiefs. Where they lost 3 weeks ago to San Francisco. I don't know why I said the Chiefs, because it's right below it. And I think I need glasses, and it's that bad headache. They lost to the 49ers 26-23. They beat the Chiefs 38-31 in Seattle. Dallas, on the other hand, coming off 2 straight wins. And they've won 7 out of their last 8 games. Their last 2 games, they beat the Bucs and the Giants. However, let's go over the teams that they've played in their little 8-game run. They beat the Eagles 27-20. We were on Dallas. They beat the Falcons 22-19. They beat the Redskins 31-23. They beat the Saints 13-10. They beat the Eagles again, and we were on that game 29-23. They got shut out by Andrew Luck and the Colts 23-0. We were on the Colts. They beat the Bucs 27-20. And they beat the Giants barely by a point, 36-35 at the end of the year. Dallas finished 10-6 straight up, 8-6-2 against the spread. Seattle 10-6 straight up, identical records except against the spread they were 9-5-2. A game better against the spread. I will tell you this, Matt Yeomans loves Seattle. Dave Tully loves Seattle. The power ratings all favor Seattle. The bettors ratings all favor Dallas. Consensuses are all over Seattle. Jonathan Van Tobel has Seattle +2 as one of his best bets. Dave Tully's got Seattle +2. Matt Yeomans has got Seattle +2. And everybody and their mothers, as far as sharps and industry experts, are all over the over. Washington just tied up the game 1-1. Michael, we're on the over of the St. Mary's game. The over in the St. Mary's game. Holy shit. The Spurs absolutely annihilating the Raptors early, 32-11. Wow. They're up 21 in the first quarter with 2 minutes to go. I'll be honest, that's a big shock. I do have Toronto on my personal play card, as well as Michigan, and then I've got one more game as well. I did not expect that one. I did not see that one coming. But it is early, and Toronto's very capable to battle back. But I don't know if they're able to battle back down 24 in the first quarter. Holy shit. Excuse my cursing. Wow. Michigan back up 11 and cover. Well, they're pushing right now. Games are looking a little rough to start the day. But it's basketball. The swing's going to go change nonstop. As far as this game between Dallas and Seattle, everybody in the world is on Seattle. Both teams are hot, let's face it. Both teams are hot. The coaching edge, I'm going to give to Seattle. I do think Pete Carroll's a better coach than Jerry Jones. Because we all know Jerry Jones is coaching that team from the owner's box. As far as the total on this game, I can see the total on the Dallas and Seattle game going over. But at the same time, this is one of the games that I have trouble reading the total. I want to lean towards the over in the Dallas Seattle game, but I can see this being a very defensive playoff game, like we've seen in years past, and typical playoff game where defense wins championships, and it being a 21-14, 21-17, 17-14 final, especially between these two teams that pride themselves in such a stout defense. I mean, combined, both defenses average 41.9 points per game. Now, they barely only average scoring, 48 points per game. So I can see this one having the makings of the under, but I'd really want to go with I don't know. It's too early for me to tell on the over and under. I need to do a little more research, a little more digging in depth, and go back and look at some more Seattle playoff games. But I can definitely see good job, Russ. You gave San Antonio on Twitter. Nice. Excellent pick. Hail to the victors. If you're still watching, they just popped up your name on ESPN. Hey, Paul, what's going on, buddy? Spurs have been absolutely lights out playing to win. I definitely thought it was going to be a much closer contest than that. Down by 23 early. But when you attempt 7 3-pointers on 7 possessions and you go 0-7 and you're ice cold from 3-point range, you're going to be down points. And thank God the Spurs are only 1 of 4 from 3-point range, Or they'd be down even more. They'd be down another 10 points. Unless Toronto just gets shut down completely, Jensen, or it's the exact opposite. Toronto plays defense and shuts the Spurs down, which I don't think they're going to do right now. I think it's got the making to go over. I think the only way it doesn't is if Toronto keeps shooting horrible and the Spurs absolutely just blow them out and they're up by 40 at the half. I see it going under. My personal opinion, but it's got the makings. You're right on track to go over. You're already at 56 points. $57 points and time on the clock still in the first quarter. Brian, you had trouble with all Toronto teams for 25 years. That's good to know. In the NHL, our Buffalo Sabres are up 2-1 into the second. We got one more period to hang on to, Brian, and for everybody else on our NHL package. Washington tied up after 1-1-1. Absolutely, Jensen. Absolutely. Defense wins championships, but not covering the spread. Give me 1 second, folks. I got a text message I got to reply to. Then I'm going to get you guys on a free play. I do got a free play coming for you guys. I'm going to give you guys one of our premium plays. We only have 2 premium plays today. And if you're already on our premium plays, I do apologize, because you're going to get it again. But if you're not on board our premium plays, I'm about to give you one. But I do need to get this really quickly. Michigan falling apart late, letting Penn State hang around. You know what happens when teams let when teams are allowed to be hanging around, they usually end up covering. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Michigan up by 9 with the ball. And they've had many of opportunities to put a very poor 7-6 Penn State team away. They've had plenty of opportunities. All right, now they're up by 12. So they're covering the spread with 150 to go. But Michigan's had plenty of opportunities. And if we lose this damn game, it just comes down to not finishing the job, which has been, the story of quite a few of our games as of late. So, but early lean on the Seattle-Dallas game, guys. I am leaning towards Dallas in the over, but I need a lot more time on that game. I need to go look at some more things on Seattle's past and some of the games from earlier this year. Bill, did you say that you just bet live at plus 15 on the Raptors? It's probably a decent bet, unless they just crap the bed right now. I mean, honestly, I'd love to see. I don't care if they lose the game outright, as long as they cover the 3 points. Jensen, you're right. The only way the Raptors get back in it is if they start knocking down those threes. Or they're able to play defense. And as you just said, San Antonio was already up 4-0 in the second quarter. If they keep knocking down twos, it's going to be impossible for Toronto to get back in it. I mean, they're 0 for 9 from three-point range. 0 for 9. 45-19. Or 45-19. Because all they're doing is shooting threes and they're missing. Pack it in for them. Pack it in. Philip, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Going to get you guys on a free play here shortly. One of our premium plays of the day. Absolutely free. Michigan up by 12 and not knocking down their free throws with 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Can be honest, it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. Yes, Toronto will go on an 11-0 run at some point. The problem is they're down by like 50. So, an 11-0 run, I mean, they're on a 2-0 run. That's a start, right? See, look at that. Michigan giving up the ball. They were just up 13 and had a big rebound. Now they're up by 11 with 55.2 seconds to go. Michael, yeah, that's NBA is basketball in general is yes, remember this come March. I would hope that watch out, Toronto's on a 4-0 run. Raptors on a 4-0 run. They're only down 22. Yes, a lot of backdoor covers. And I'll be honest, Michigan has had every opportunity to cover the spread and blow this team out. And poor decisions. .1 seconds. I will never take Michigan again. They ranked 5-0. They just win but never cover. Better taking the other side for the spread than the day you do it. Michigan will cover. Exactly. Princess Chachi, I say this, even in college football, that game doesn't start to the second half, and more importantly, the fourth quarter in college basketball, the NBA, well, second half of college basketball. Fourth quarter of the NBA, it's like when Golden State is a fourth quarter team, especially if they're down. If Golden State is down at the half, they're going to be a fourth quarter team. Michigan up by 12. and can't get a defensive rebound. Pathetic. Wow, just gave up. How does Penn State get 3 offensive rebounds in a row? Unbelievable. You can see me watching the game, going nuts. Exactly. And Princess Chacha, I'm not a big watching baseball fan. It's like watching paint dry, but I'd rather watch a full baseball game. I'd rather go to it live than watch a basketball game, a full basketball game on TV. Basketball, you can go nuts. I mean, you're ripping up your ticket, like it's nothing early in the game, and all of a sudden you're picking it up out of the trash can towards the end. Ty likes watching me on the edge of my seat. My wife got me a Christmas present. She got me this massage chair, so I put it on my office chair. I've been caught sleeping a couple times at work. Ty, I took Michigan minus 11, and it looks like they got the job done. Unless they steal the ball and sink a 3, it's game over. Michigan covers finally. There we go. Michigan won. I got one winner. I got one winner on the day. Yeah, one winner on the day because the other... Because let's be honest, the Raptors looking like complete dog shit. Milwaukee down by 10 at the half. Murray stayed up by 8. I actually thought they'd struggle a little. Let's go back and take a look at the NBA. Woo! Watch out, guys. Raptors on a 6-2 run. I'm just kidding. That's actually pathetic. Yep, Raptors only down 22 now. And Michigan covered. We got one winner in the books. I really loved the over in the Calgary-Boston Bruins game, the over 6. But with Calgary going back-to-back, I didn't think they'd put up much. They put up 2, enough to put it at 6, with that being at least a push with a whole period to go. Looks like I left a little money on the table there. Sorry, Brian. Holy shit, Miami shit the bed. Miami had a nice lead. 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go. They're down 5. And they were only catching 2.5. I got no dog in this fight, but I got a friend that's got a really nice $20K wager on Miami, and I am rooting for him, but Raptors 0 for 10. 0 for 10 from the three-point line. Princess Chacho, I'm going to disagree with you on that one. Respectfully. Oh, yes, I know it's done. I had it on the TV. I was watching it. I was celebrating. Squirming on the edge of my seat. The public is all over Sacramento. Public is all over Sacramento. Nearly 70% of all public bettors are all over Sacramento. All over the Kings. plus 3.5. We do have we've got 2 premium plays. One just started, so I'm going to give you guys the second one. And it is in that game, and I could tell you this, it's not on Sacramento. We're rolling with the Nuggets minus 3.5. Nuggets laying 3.5 is our premium play of the day. I know a lot of you guys like the opposite. You change your bet, cool. You don't, no big deal. But I will tell you this. I'm going to post it up in the comments. Premium play today is on the Nuggets, minus 3.5. We go against the public quite a bit, and that's not the way we pick our picks. But I'll tell you this. When we put out our plays, a lot of the times our plays are end up being against the public. Most of the time. I didn't like any of the NBA totals today. To be honest, it's a lot of the NBA totals. The last couple days, I've had not a difficult time. Obviously, the over in the Miami game I absolutely loved, and that came easy. But a lot of these totals I think can go either way. There's a big, deciding factor in the plays. And as far as the total on that game, I can see it going any direction, depending on how both teams play. I mean, it could be a shootout wire to wire. Everywhere offshore that I can see is minus 3.5. Everywhere here in Vegas is minus 3.5 as well. Live lines, looking at them right now. But that's our play on the Nuggets. Minus 3.5. Karen, you bet Michigan. Minus 11.5 live. Miami down 3 with 40 seconds to go with the ball. NC State with a huge block. Wow, and they're not fouling. Logan, a lot of good college basketball action. We just cashed on Michigan minus the 11. Watch out, Toronto's making that comeback. Holy shit, could you imagine if you in-gamed, not that it's going to happen, but if you were to in-game the Raptors on the money line, what it would have paid when they were down huge. But we can celebrate. The Raptors have made a three-pointer. They're 1 from 11 from three-point range. Yeah, it's a loser now. Miami's ain't covering. Well, never say never. But I don't have any dog in the fight. It's just what's on the TV at the moment. So, but with that being said, guys, our free premium play. Nuggets minus 3.5. I do lean towards the over on that game, but I'm not betting it. If I had to choose, I would choose the over 227 or 227.5, but I'm not betting it, so Karen, Kings have been a strong team at home. They've covered quite a few games at home. They went on a nice big win streak, mainly at home. They're finally, one game over 500. They're ninth in the Western Conference, and they're facing off against team number 1. Denver has struggled on the road. Denver's also won 7 out of their last 10. They've won their last 3 straight. They beat Phoenix by 4 at home after having a huge lead. They let Phoenix come back. In their last game, they did lose to the Spurs by 8 on the road. They lost to the Clippers on the road. They finally won a road game. They did win, 4, 5? They won 5 on the road, then I think they lost. Nuggets are an underrated team, Ty. I do agree. I do agree with you there. I'd love to see the Spurs blow the lead. Love to see Toronto cover. Watch out, they're only down by 21. They need to start knocking down some three-pointers if they want a chance to win, though. Thank God the Spurs are only shooting 30% from three-point range. Reading the comments. But that's that, guys. I'm going to have some big stuff for tomorrow. Remember, guys, if you're not on board my premium plays, you can tomorrow. I'm going to extend it one more day. We're going to do the same thing. 3 days of my premium plays. It says 2 on the website, but you'll get 3 for $99. I am extending everybody an extra day that wants it. I'm trying to get the company to do a combo package between our premium plays and my personal plays, trying to see if I can get it. Sorry to hear, Jensen, you lost on Iowa. We didn't have Iowa. We stayed off of that game. Yep, Miami lost by 5. They were catching 2.5. I didn't bet that game. Karen, which game are you talking about? Logan, who are you referring to? Who are the 3 knuckleheads? What are you talking about? Also, our consensus plays, which they are our smallest plays, but they might be our smallest plays, but I'll be honest, they win more than most people's big games that are out there. They're actually on sale for the entire year at $9.99 for the entire year. Ends up being $19.20 a week. All right? For everybody that's betting smaller on the smaller side, you might try our consensus plays and work your way up. They have been on a nice little run lately. Let's see how they did today so far. Well, we do have Belmont, and Belmont just getting started. Let's see here. Belmont's just getting started. Whatever happened in the Oakland game? The North Kentucky-Oakland game. Where did that score go? Oakland won outright. We had Oakland plus 4.5 as a consensus play. Consensus plays start the day 1-0. So consensus plays, guys, you can get a pickup a whole year on average at less than $20 a week. Less than $20 a week. I think it was less than $20 a week, wasn't it? $19.21 a week. All right, guys, good luck to everybody on the Nuggets. Today, Nuggets minus 3.5, which was a free premium play for everybody that tuned in. Don't look now, but the Spurs are only down 21. 2.5 minutes to go. And when in doubt, as Michael just said, wait until guaranteed Saturday. And you never know, we might just have Kyle's Sunday money back guarantee game. You never know, you may just see that coming. All right, guys, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You're welcome, Brian. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. There you go. Washington up 2-1. Hopefully, Washington and Buffalo pull through for us for our NHL being another 2-0 day. I know we'd love it. Buffalo up 3-1 and on the power play. Washington up 2-1 and on the power play. So hopefully they're able to pull ahead and get us a 2-0 day in the NHL. Yes, Jensen, they're only 21. All right, you never know what happen in the second half. Toronto may just knock down 11 straight three-pointers. Never say never. All right, guys and gals, I'm going to get out of here. This headache is absolutely pounding. I've had 6 Excedrin 2 hours ago and a Mountain Dew. And I'm going to do what William said and go get some Vicks Vapor Rub and rub it on my eyelid. So if I'm blind tomorrow, William, it's all your fault. Oh, yeah, Jensen's college basketball, there's been some sick beats this second half. Teams outscoring somebody 50-20, 50-19. We've seen some great teams come back second half. Yes, San Antonio and Toronto is trending upwards. William, you're still watching. All right, guys and gals, thank you all for tuning in. Remember, we'll be live Saturday morning with more information, more useful information. Sorry, guys, I've been out of it today with an absolute kill. I mean, I haven't had a headache this bad, and it's been a long time. I was, if I didn't have the show, I would have went home. Let's put it that way. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll have another free play video out for Friday. Good luck to everybody that bet the over in the St. Mary's San Francisco game. Hopefully that game goes over for everybody. It would be a nice big win. 17 points in the first 4 minutes. That's decent start. I think that's putting us at an average of over 80 points in the first half, which I would love. Don't look now, but Toronto's only down by 16 at the half. So you're saying there's a chance, Russ? You're saying there's a chance? I know Russ is on the opposite side. He's gloating right now. Yes, Karen, as long as they keep that trend of 17 points every 4 minutes, we'll be over in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Yeah, Ross, it was, in my opinion, today's show, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 2. Based on my head keeping me out of the game today. I rate myself a 2. I deserve all the thumbs down in the world. But if you appreciate all the effort and hard work, give us a thumbs up. And let us know you appreciate it. But yes, Saturday's show will be a hell of a lot better. And I need some live guests, so we need to bring on some people. If you guys have any recommendations, send me a message on Twitter at CapNationKyle. I'm going to post a direct link to my Twitter. DM me on Twitter. Send me a message. And there's a direct link to Twitter, or you can send me an email. I'm posting my email right here. Kyle at cappersdirect.com is a direct email to me. Send me an email, and I'll try and get your request on. We'll see if we can't get somebody on the show this weekend. I do know I can't say who yet, but next season after March Madness, I'll be penciled in on a weekly basis with a certain individual, but I can't say it yet. I can't say the name yet. Haters always trying to steal my words and my sayings. Instant access on the website now. You know, I hear it all the time. All right, friends. Let's make some money tonight. Go Nuggets. Sorry, Russ, but go Raptors. Big second half. And because the Raptors made 2 out of their last 3 three-point attempts, let's see what that second half line on Toronto is real quick. Let's see what that second half line on Toronto is. Sorry, Russ. Raptors are going to get the job done. Raptors second half line -3.5. Make it a bet. Thank you, Karen. I do appreciate it. I am personally going to go bet the Raptors -3.5. So, second half. Small, not too big, small, and only because they made the last 2 out of 3 three-point attempts, and they made a nice big push to get it under 20 to end the half. All right, folks, I'm going to go home, and I've actually been marinating steaks all day long. I got to throw them on the barbecue. Late dinner tonight. Take it easy, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We're going to have some great promotions and freebies coming up later in the week. You don't want to miss it. Maybe some crop, another company that you'd least expect. No, not the scammers from upstate New York. Thank you, Ross. I'm glad it's still enjoyable. Today, I rate myself as I give myself a grade of an F. I definitely failed today. But we'll have a better show on Saturday. Ha, Ty! That guy won't even face me. We should actually have a Jeep off and we'll battle. Whose Jeep can go more places? than the courthouse. I know you'd like that one. All right, guys, take it easy. I'm out of here. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.